Welcome back to another episode of Rise and Shine. It's the Ability Connection Colorado podcast. My name is Jared, and today we're going to Manhattan, Kansas. We're going to meet the Missaries, Mike and Olivia. And Olivia, a high school student, an artist, donating her work to, perfect time for this, what a segue, our auction, our Wine in the Pines auction that is coming up October 22nd through the 26th. She's donating her art, but today, she and her father donating their time to talk about neurodivergence and what the family and what Olivia has done to channel ADHD into art. And I guess to get this started, Olivia, maybe what to you does neurodivergent mean? What has it meant to you in your years, or what does it come to mean?
It basically means like that your brain functions differently than everyone else's, or at least most other people, right? I mean, I have ADHD, and it's been like a part of my life since I was little. I was a bit of a problem child in like elementary school and like preschool and stuff like that. And I was diagnosed in third grade, so I wasn't really a mystery. But
she was diagnosed in third grade, but it became quite apparent when she was about 4 years old, when she started preschool.
Yeah.
We were like, holy cow, what's going on here?
Olivia, do you mind if your dad shared an instance of what's going on here? What was happening?
Oh, so she started preschool, and every day was a new adventure. It like she really struggled to be able to function in that environment. The hyperactivity and inability to function within kind of the normal framework. She was always getting into trouble, and that kind of continued into kindergarten and elementary school. It was a big challenge, and we all had to learn a lot because we just didn't know about what she was going through and how to work with her as parents. And so it's been quite a journey, but she's been able to turn all of that into her creative energy and the art that she produces. So it's been amazing to see it kind of blossom into something pretty awesome.
How did that happen? Was that a family effort? Was that your desire, Olivia, but to channel that energy into art? Because I bet there's a lot of people out there right now who want to know how to do that. Like, how do I channel all this that's going on in me into something, turn it into this hot coal of a product?
I've been doing art for like a very long time, so it's kind of like almost instinctual kind of, but it's like you just make it, especially when you're feeling like really hard emotions. It's really good to like do it while you're feeling the emotions. It doesn't matter if it's like good or not, honestly, if that's your goal, is as long as it like sometimes it'll help you relieve what you're feeling.
So you have to have that willpower to say, I'm going to sit down now and I don't care what it is, but I'm going to do it.
Mm-hmm. It's sometimes, it is hard to do that sometimes. I can say the pieces I've made, I don't know if I was particularly feeling it at that time. First of all, it took me at least a month for both of them. So
wow,
it's given, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't just splattering things on a wall, like, not to diminish someone who does that. I mean, there's a lot going on here. And something interesting to me is there's so many of you in each one. And I'm wondering if any given time, if there's that many of you that are trying to get attention in your head. Like, is there that many of you?
I mean, sometimes I have conversations with myself in my head. Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty good explanation of like the many voices going on in my head, which happens a lot, it's like sometimes I even have arguments with myself, and they're like, no, you shut up. So, so yeah.
No, I feel you. So when your dad and I grew up, we didn't know about this. Kids were problem kids, and that was the rest of their life.
Yeah.
You better stumble across some lucky opportunity where someone else happens to figure out what's going on. I was never really diagnosed with ADHD or PTSD until I was older. Actually, my brother led the way with that. He called my sister and I. Were like, he's like, you got to talk to somebody. You won't believe this. And so, and now I look back on a lot of these things that I'd become obsessed with. I had this issue where, and I still do today, and I have to kind of control it, but I don't believe people understand what I'm saying. And I really, it's really weird, but I had this career in radio and comedy, and people would see that I was funny in the living room or at their party or whatever. And then they said, oh, you should do comedy or radio. And then I was terrible because I became obsessed with each word coming off the tongue conveyor had to be beautifully packaged. And so I wasn't me anymore. I was some kind of this old robot coughing up phrases. And they were like, what is this? And so I have to just chill and understand it's okay. Like maybe they don't understand, but you trying so hard to make them understand is creeping everybody out. Like, so just you're ruining the mood. And I wonder, Olivia, did you see your parents working to figure out what to do in your situation? Did you see roads converging as far as where you could take this energy and your mindset?
I had therapy as a kid, like with my family. It was mostly the therapist talking to my parents for the most part, like how I can like deal with things. I was like a very oblivious child, so I don't think I was really aware of what was going on. I mean, in elementary school, I'd be rolling around on the floor like, who cares? I can do whatever I want. So, I don't think I was really paying attention to their efforts as a child. So,
well, as I sometimes call my daughter the Spasmanian devil. I mean, so I get a little bit from you.
I like that.
Yeah, you can have it. You can have it. So, Mike, what did you and Olivia's mom work on?
So, as far as Olivia and art, we saw from really early on. I mean, we're talking like 2 years old. She just gravitated to it. And there were certain skills, like she's always been really good with color, being able to, pull images together where the colors are just kind of like, wow, that is so cool. And then she just loved doing it. So we just, were really supportive of her pursuing art in whatever way she could. And whenever there were, competitions or things like that, we would encourage her to just go for it. I know she sometimes thinks I'm kind of critical, but we talk about this all the time. I just want to see her, reach her potential. So, yeah, I mean, she knows this, but I think she's amazing, and I'm, a super proud dad, and can't wait to see what she's going to create. I mean, she has you're on your 8th sketchbook now.
Official, but
yeah. So she's generated so much over the years. It's absolutely amazing. So
you're very prolific.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, I get that. I mean, as a parent, you feel like you're not necessarily guardrails, but you just want to be encouraging, and you want to, I guess we're all kind of scared that the moment could pass. The moment where she's interested, this could pass, and she gets, just sucked into life and paying bills and stuff. I don't know. That's what I tell my kids too. It's like, you have this moment, like, let's try this. Let's do this. You're not paying a mortgage or worried about your own kids. Let's make this matter.
Well, I think Olivia is already super committed to becoming an artist, and what that means down the road. I mean, there's so many pathways, but like a lot of her other kids she knows and parents are like reluctant for them to follow the pathway of doing it. Like there's a whole lot of kids she knows that are really good artists that are probably not going to pursue that as a career.
I'm honestly like, I really think that you should pick your passion over whether it's going to make enough money for you. I think that's like really important to do something you are happy with, because it's more valuable to do something you're happy with than to just be making money. Because honestly, if it's your calling, then you probably will eventually make enough money to support yourself if you just keep working at it. And a lot of people won't do those steps to work at it because they like cut off the option before they can even like have it happen.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the first one is stimulation, and I'm gonna add when I edit this, I'm gonna add it in there so people can see.
By the way, this one I made second. The file cabinet I made first.
Well, what do you want to talk about first?
Whatever you want. I'm just letting you know.
Okay. See, I don't get from you right now that there's any stimulation overload. You seem quite in control of this conversation.
Yeah. I mean, you can't see, but my leg is going.
So you're quite literally the duck that's calm on top of the water, but kicking under the. Is that what it is? Well, you're doing very well. Like, if I were an art buyer, from San Francisco, I would be very impressed with your demeanor and knowledge. So, stimulation overload. There looks to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of you.
Mm-hmm.
And what's happening here? Can you give us a little play-by-play?
It's like a I don't know, like overview, not exactly overview, of like a stimulation overload. Usually it's triggered by like a few senses. This one includes like all the senses. And so except control is the only one who's like not one of the senses. And it's like the hand is hovering over like it's like shut down. I'm trying to remember my best, like sleep, turn off, something like that, or like autopilot. So like kind of the things that happen when I get overstimulated. A lot of the times I have to cope with it by like listening to music or things like that, especially like in like at school and stuff like that is honestly, well, school and home is usually what, it can happen anywhere, but yeah.
So are you school and home is where you often get overstimulated?
Yeah, I mean, usually I'm coming home from school and then I'm like,
just getting blasted with.
Yeah.
It's probably like the emotions more come out because I've held them back. Probably,
There have been times where we've traveled and we've been in different places, and we went to the it's called the City Museum in St. Louis. This is several years ago.
How old was I? I was still a child.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly, but we had to leave because it just got to be too much, and Olivia was like, "I got to get out of here. I can't do this."
That was like I was pretty young at the time, and I was like, "This seems so fun, but I like can't handle it."
There's just too much noise, too many people. She got overloaded, and we just had to get out of there. And I mean, that's probably a really good example, but yeah, it's happened in different situations and different ways.
One time when we were in Las Vegas and went on the Strip.
Oh yeah, that was bad.
Oh Lord. It's like one of the most overstimulating places I've ever been.
We went to we were only going to go to the Strip once, and it was to take Olivia to see the Bellagio fountains, and it did not go well.
No.
I'm sorry to laugh at your family trauma. But what in this instance, what could have been, it would just taking you out of the situation helps.
For what?
To when you're overstimulated by the Bellagio fountains, Was it just simply just getting you away from that situation to calm down and
I mean, I kind of was a little bit forced to like walk all the way there from like at least like a mile or something.
which will now be
And
known as the Trail of Tears in the Messeri family?
Yeah.
and then we had to walk all the way back. So I didn't get out there very fast.
Yeah.
The fountains were not the problem. It was the walking by all the crazy people, the smells, the sounds. It was just an overload for sure.
Were the people flicking the flyers and trying to get you to take a flyer? Yeah.
It wasn't as many, but there
Yeah.
was some of that.
Yeah.
Homeless people and there was a lot going on.
But you are able to advocate for yourself.
I mean, I had a really difficult time. I didn't really get out of that one clean,
Yeah. That's okay. We're not gonna get out of nobody's getting out of here clean. But I think what I love is that we can have these conversations now. I mean, 10 years ago, it would almost be like we're speaking in a foreign language because so much has happened recently in understanding neurodivergence. Are you, do your friends know you? Do they understand? Do you have a group of people have you decided your friends by how they understand you? I guess everybody does that, or is there a diverse group of people with various mental capabilities who are like, we understand, we get you?
I mean, I'm pretty open about being neurodivergent. I don't mind telling anyone. I'll just say I have ADHD. The worst response you can get is everyone has a little bit of ADHD. But yeah, obviously it's not true. But I mean, I think a considerable amount of my friends are also neurodivergent, whether like diagnosed or not. But yeah, I mean, we just like naturally come together, not because that we're neurodivergent, but just like a lot of my friends are also artists. That is something that brings us together too. But yeah.
Oh, are you seeing that?
Yep. Well, it's loading, but yeah, now I can see it.
There you go.
Okay. So, Olivia, take us on a walk here. There is a lot going on. And I think I should be clear. I absolutely love this piece. So hopefully buoyed by the confidence of a stranger you've never met in Littleton telling you that, what's happening here?
Well, it's obviously a lot of things, but I guess you can start with the one with the vocabulary. It's looking for a word. It's like when you I think probably more than just people with ADHD experience not being able to think up of a word, but ADHD also has like a lot of like forgetfulness, not in terms of long-term memory, but like short-term memory, which you can see short-term memory is taking a sleep. So and then you've got organization, like dusting off the OC lore, which OC is original characters, which I also really like to make stories about characters and stuff. And then you got music with getting a song stuck in your head and then the thoughts telling it to shut up. And then you got the random, which you might call a what's it called? Echolalia. Well, that's one of the terms. It can also be called a vocal stem, which says chicken, which is sometimes a word I just say for like no reason. I don't know. Yeah, those are the characters, and it also has patches on their arms, what their role is, and the rest are like all of the subjects of my brain, which there probably is more, but I had a hard time thinking up of every single one.
So I'm looking at what is that at the very top left? Jen.
Oh, oh my god. I can't. I probably spelled stuff wrong.
Okay, no.
Because it's technically in Korean. It's like the opening Gangnam style. Gangnam style.
Oh, Gangnam Style.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
technically in Korean, so I probably majorly butchered the spellings. So
Hey, this is your brain. This is this is the translation of things going
the
on in
rest
that
of the
beautiful
stuff
being
should
here.
be spelled right.
If you don't know this, she entered this. Every year, the school district has an art competition. It's called Early Expressions.
Yeah, it's Early Expressions art show.
Yeah, and so I'm trying to remember how many entrants there were.
There's always a lot of entries, but not everyone gets into like the actual show, which is at the Beach Museum.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, she entered this when she was a sophomore, and it won Best of Show. It didn't win just its category or anything like that. She won Best of Show, which was pretty awesome. So it's like people recognized that there was something special about it. We didn't know what was going to happen, but we were like, holy cow, Olivia, that is awesome.
Olivia, are you able to maintain your confidence in yourself? I mean, because you'll get an award and you feel good about yourself. Are you able to maintain that, or does it fall off if you're by yourself too long? Or
I mean, I maintain it like mostly. I mean, as an artist, you're usually probably the most hard on yourself out of anyone. Like when you're creating your art, like, oh, that doesn't look right, or I gotta fix that. I mean, I can even look back at this piece, and say, oh, that needs fixed because it's been a couple of years. So, yeah.
do you think something on here needs fixed?
Yeah, I mean, it's just proportions and stuff like that. It's
I know,
not
it's
like
good. I think-
idea.
Leave it alone, Olivia. It's done. Just leave it alone. You did it.
Yeah, I'm not
Love
gonna touch it.
Okay, good.
Trust me.
She actually redraws old work, like stuff when she was younger. She'll come back and do redraws of it.
Though it's usually not something this intricate.
Right.
That would take a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
The a question I thought of earlier today is that, okay, you're planning on framing copies of this or prints of these, right? And donating them to our auction?
Yeah.
Okay. I really love this art. Your dad does, Chris does. Everybody I show it to is like, oh, who is this? They want to know more. What if it doesn't get like a really high bid? What if it what if the buzz isn't there? Like, what if the interest isn't there? I mean, I think it's going to do really well. And I'm only asking you this because as an artist, at least from my perspective, it takes a lot to put yourself out there. Have you had criticism? Have you had moments where you thought of one thing that was at a certain level and other people did not, and you had to deal with that?
I mean, yeah, especially by my art teacher, one of my art teachers.
Yeah.
She's definitely humbled me. Yeah. It's happened.
You could deal with that.
Yeah, sometimes, I mean, my art teacher recently, I'm in AP art. She like really challenged me. She's like, I don't want you drawing any characters. No. And I'm like, I'm bored. I don't want to do that.
Like, that's what I do.
Oh.
What about the stereotypes of neurodivergence, Olivia? People probably think you're good at poker, and that's a Rain Man reference from the 80s. But what, do you deal a lot with this in life?
I'm not with poker at all.
Okay, that's an 80s thing. But yeah, anything now that you deal with that you find yourself rolling your eyes or find needing to be stronger internally than normal?
I have I take medication, which like really helps me control like hyperactivity, because without my without my meds I'd be like I mean that's a little exaggerated, but my hyperactivity is pretty extreme. So but with my meds it's like a lot more calm. And so sometimes occasionally when I tell people I have ADHD, they're like, do you have no you don't? And I'm like, why would I lie about that? But okay.
If they saw her with without her meds, I mean, she bounces off the walls.
I've got pretty stereotypical ADHD.
Yeah. It's funny. I think, what are these people expecting you to do?
I don't have a clue.
Yeah. They're just not fitting the ADHD mold in their head.
It's because I take meds mostly. And some people, they don't understand, like, meds can help.
Like, when people see this, when people see that you are have ADHD and you're putting yourself out there with this art, I see that you would have opportunities for people younger than you, maybe going through something similar, to be able to talk to you, to learn something from you. Have you talked to someone in that situation
I've
before?
had a couple people talk to me when I got Best of Show, and when this one went to State Fair. For the one at the Best of Show, there was like a young kid who came up to me, and he was like, "Oh, I saw that there was like ADHD on your thing." He's like, "I have ADHD too," and I was just like, that's like the best feeling. This is like, it's a lot better than actually winning. It is getting that instead. And for this one, I actually got a little note attached to it, because, like, you don't actually interact with the people at State Fair, but someone attached a note saying, oh, that they're neurodivergent, and that they like really appreciated this, and that it, like, they felt seen or something like that. And honestly, it's better than winning anything, honestly.
Yeah, to be able to know that you've touched someone, I mean, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, it may have changed your life.
Yeah, that's where I think her talent, her skill, her gifts, it's being able to touch people, reach people, whether it's someone that is experiencing something similar, or if it's someone that it's just like her art can help educate, what people go through and that sort of thing.
So what's the most constructive advice your dad has given you, Olivia? Is there some nugget of wisdom you carry around?
I'm not sure. He always is criticizing my work.
Oh boy, here we go. Let's get it out now.
So
Constructive criticism.
And he's in construction. He knows this. Constructive criticism, right?
Sometimes it doesn't feel like it. It'll just like, I was like, I like this piece of art. He comes up and he's like, I think you need to fix this. And I'm like, it's just like,
yeah. Do you fix it? Or do you change it?
Well, sometimes it's already done. So
yeah, he just doesn't get it. He's just not getting it. This is the story of our time. Parents and children not getting each other.
I think the problem is one word of constructive criticism hits about the same as 100 compliments.
Yeah, I mean, my band teacher has said that negativity is a lot stronger than positivity. So one negative thing can, for his example, like take the whole band and turn it negative, rather than you need like 10 more positive people to balance it out.
Well, and not that this is your dad, but sometimes not very constructive critics, well, always the not very constructive critics, you've grown up in a world of social media, are the most vocal.
Yeah.
Well, and I was probably 22 when I got hired for this morning show on this big radio station, and I was super stoked, but I was also super nervous. And I go live on the air. It's my first live break on the air, and I'm trying not to sound like I'm trembling, and I get it out, and I finish it, and I hit the next song, and technically it's perfect, and I feel okay about what I said, and then the phone lights up, and I answer it, and this guy, I go, hello, and this guy just yells, "You suck!" And it just rattles me to my foundation. And luckily there was this woman there, had been in radio for many years, and she's like, "Jared, the loud ones are always the ones that are going to call. There's 1,000 other people right out there right now who thought you were great. weren't at all moved to do that. So that's his issue, not yours. But it really just almost had me packing right away. I was like, okay, well, my radio career was 5 minutes and I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the loud ones. It's funny with internet too. Like my wife will say something positive, but then somebody on YouTube, like Yoda 312 or what, or something, and that means more to me than my beloved wife.
A lot of people on social media can hide behind the fact that people don't know who they are, so they feel a lot more like they can say whatever they want because you can't attack me. I could just ghost you.
Mhm.
You know.
Empowered by anonymity, they go out and just do whatever they apparently brutal therapy they need. So,
Yeah.
well, this is big. You're stepping out into the world of commerce with your art to help our auction. And I hope this conversation hasn't made you rethink that.
No.
But I'm excited. Mike and Olivia, how could we help with the reproduction process? Is that something you've done where you've made a print of?
No, I have not done this yet. I'm not super experienced with making prints, but
Yeah.
I'm sure we can do it. I wouldn't think it's too hard. So
I think the prints part is not the hard part. Getting a high quality image to get it reprinted is going to be a little bit of the challenge.
Yeah.
But we'll figure it out. I mean,
Yeah.
give us a deadline and we'll make sure it happens.
How old are you, Olivia?
I'm 17.
17. You've done some living. All right. I want to depart on your advice to other youth, neurodivergent or not. I mean, you've traveled a path. You've had your bumps, you've had your ups and downs, and what's led you to be here and at least pretend to be confident?
I mean, I had a long while that I'm like, I want to pursue being more confident. I don't know. I've always been pretty confident in my art, but this is just like more in a general sense, just like wanting to be more confident and less self-conscious. It like takes time and it takes work, and it's going to get bad before it gets good. Like a lot of people, they'll like maybe hit a depression or something like that and be like, I can't do this anymore, or I'm just going to stay here. It's like you have to just keep going.